Good afternoon from Washington. This is First Look, and if you're in Washington, that means that Katie is busy elsewhere. They're out in Los Angeles tonight. Rome Hartman's out there helping her prepare the broadcast from out there. So we thought we'd give you a little idea of what we're planning from the Washington end of this broadcast. Tonight, we're going to be hearing from Gloria Borger, and she is going to be talking about what the governor's race looks like. We haven't been paying a lot of attention to that. It's been mostly the House and the Senate. But if you promise not to look at the mess in her office, she says she'll give you a little preview of what she's going to do tonight. So go ahead, Gloria.
Well, it's always messy before the election,
That's
Jim,
right.
so I have an excuse. We're going to talk about the nation's 50 governorships. As Jim was saying, we really don't pay a lot of attention to what goes on in the state houses. The Democrats have a real shot now of regaining a majority of the governorships. They now hold 22. They need 26 to have a majority. And that's important because if you're a governor, you control the reins of power in a state. It's important because you're in charge of redistricting. You're in charge of state budgets. You're in charge of how votes get counted in the next election. And there are lots of Democrats who believe that if they had the governors of state of Ohio and the state of Florida in the last couple of presidential elections, they might well be in the White House. So you really can't underestimate how important these governorships are.
And we're also talking a little bit about how we were paying a lot of attention to Barack Obama, and we were talking a little bit about Hillary Clinton possibly running, but that's not where most of our presidents come from, right?
It's interesting. I think it actually works against you to be a United States senator because, honestly, about 25% of the people approve of Congress. That's just about it. And you have a lot of votes that can be thrown back in your face. And also when you're a senator, you actually aren't in charge of anything. You're not the CEO. Mm-hmm. And so people sort of have dismissed senators ever since John F. Kennedy, when you think about it. Kennedy was the last senator who actually won the presidency.
And the list of governors who became president?
Well, start with George W. Bush. Mm-hmm. And people like governors. Also, if you're a governor, honestly, they think you're a fresh face. They haven't seen you before. And so if you're the governor of Iowa, or you're the governor of New Mexico, or the governor of Florida, California even, well, they know Arnold Schwarzenegger. But lots of times you've been tested at the state level, and they believe that therefore you can run the country. It can fail. Michael Dukakis was the governor of the state of Massachusetts. He called it the Massachusetts Miracle. Remember, that didn't work. But governors have a better shot these days at the presidency than senators do. So we'll be talking about that.
All right, thanks. And the one other thing we're probably going to be talking about for sure out there is a Sandra Hughes piece on what the governors have been able to do in their states that the federal governments haven't. You know, we've talked about minimum wage not getting through Congress. Well, there are actually some governors who've gotten that through for their states. So make sure you tune in tonight and see Katie from the other coast. Thanks a lot.